Okay, fine. So lastly, we have covered methods and method overloading, right? I hope till now everything is clear about the method overloading, right? No doubt in that one.
Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Clear, fine, nice. Okay, next thing is about Java strings. In this only I'll just explain the strings, right? So in Java, a string, basically a string is a sequence of characters, right? Uh, for example, here we have written like random question, right? So random is the sequence of RAM, right? So these all are the characters, and when we form it, when we place it into a sequence, it forms a string, right? Now here what is the specialty about string? How it is different from others, from other data types? Any idea? Hello.
Yes.
Mm, just
I
please
mean,
see how it is different.
because it's a non-primitive.
Yeah, it is not primitive, but how it is non-primitive?
Mm,
Okay, strings in Java are not primitive, right? But when we say non-primitive, it means that it has we can do few more things, extra things, like which extra thing I means we can say that basically strings in Java are objects of the predefined class named string. This is how it's non-primitive. Strings are objects, not the data type. So all the string variables are instance of a class string. Let me write it down. Create a new method. Here I will write it down. Strings in Java are non-primitive, right? That is right. But strings are object of a predefined class named string. So this is the at the line number 7. Even you are seeing, right? String. That is one class, and whatever string you define, or the whatever string variable you define in your program is considered as the instance of a string class. That means the object of that class, right? So since strings are the objects of a class, since string variables are the object of a class, we can access few methods, right? So few methods related to, I will say that okay, first thing, for any our primitive data type like integer, can we get the length of the integer? Hello. For any integer or number value, can we get a length, or is it possible to have a length for the integer value?
I have no idea about this, but might be possible. Not sure.
Okay.
I think yes.
How can we get the length of integer value?
Is there any inbuilt function available to get the length of pass value?
No, there isn't anything related. So it's total. It's illogical to get the length of the integer. What do you mean by integer? Integer is just a number, right? You don't get the
Right.
length of that one, right? You don't
Yeah.
perform any operation like I want to remove. Let's say there is a number 12, and I cannot remove 2 from 12. Is it possible to remove 2 from the 12?
No, no.
No.
12 is a 12,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Correct,
Right.
correct. Now it makes
Right?
sense.
Can you add something? Let's say if you have added 1, then it becomes 121, right? Altogether a new number. You are not
Yeah.
you are not modifying the number 12, right? So there isn't any operation that you are performing on this type of data type, like whether it's a character or the character or the integer or the other one which we have, right? Those are the operations we do not perform on the primitive data types, but we can perform those type of operations on the
Non-primitive
string
type.
or the non-primitive type. Yeah, non-primitive type, right? So string is one of the non-primitive type, and all the string variables are the objects. So in the I believe in the last session or before that session or the third session, we have discussed about the objects, right? So what is object? Object is a driver of a class, and using that we can access the member of a particular class, right? So here as I have said, string is a class, and all the string variables are objects. So using those objects, I can access all the methods of a string class, correct? Hello,
Yes.
Udit, Archita?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So string, let's say name is equal to automation, right? And this is how you declare the string, or there's another way to declare the string. For example, sorry, is equal to using the new string, like we create the object, right? This is how we create the object, right? But these are the two ways that you can define the string. Now what I was saying, all the string variables are the objects of a string class. So since all these variables are objects, I can access all the methods of the class string using that object. So using that object, it means you will use the variable name dot. You will see all the methods of the string class is listed over here, right? Majorly, I'll tell you few one which most of the time you will be using, right? The first one is length. Whenever you need to perform the operation for the string, you'll need this. Or there are cases you'll have to use this as well, like for the data related thing. You may need to get the length of a particular string then it can be used. Like you need to iterate over the length as well, right? Whether you need to compare the two strings using the length, right? Whether the two strings are of the same length, and based on that you are doing the assertion, then length can be useful, right? You if when you want to compare two sorry, for the comparison part, name dot compare. Compare, you can use compare to another string, right? For the string comparison automation. But this is one of the function, the compare to function. What it will do, it will return 0. It will return 0 if both strings are same. Otherwise it will return the difference. I'll say difference between, like let's say you know the ASCII value, right? ASCII value for each characters. The compare to function is doing comparison based on the ASCII characters for each character of a string. So whenever it finds the difference between these two, whenever it finds the difference between the two characters, it returns the that ASCII value or the difference of that ASCII value. Okay, so if the result is 0, it means that your strings are same. If it is not 0, it means that strings are not same, right? This is one way to compare to the string. The other way is the other method. Here, name dot, you can see equals, right? What's written inside over here? Object. An object, it means that you need to pass the string only. You will not see anything related to string. You have to just pass the any object, any string object, right? Equals an object automation, right? If it matches, when here the comparison of two objects are going on. So when we say comparison of two objects, it means it checks the memory location or the references which compiler is using, right? So that will be used for the comparison, and based on that result will be returned. So here either it will return true or false. If strings are matched, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So whenever you want to compare to string, always use equals method. uh, the reason is that whenever you will do the comparison, obviously you will have one result, right? True or false, or 0 or 1. So whenever you are writing this in the so since you are doing the comparison, obviously you will 99% of the time you will be using this in the if statement, right? Hello, 99% you will use this in the if statement. So here you have to just write down the expression, because this itself it becomes one condition to check, right? If it is true, then it will go inside, otherwise it will not. In the compare to, you have to write it down. Compare to Since it is returning 0, you need to write it like this, right? So better to write this only, name dot equals or equals ignore case. You can use the equal ignore case as well. Equal ignore case, it means that it will not match, it will not check for the exact match. It will ignore the case. If all the characters are of same, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay. The reason I'm explaining is this, because in most of the time you will be do the assertion in your script, right? Mainly like say when you are doing web automation, sometimes you may get this, you may verify the success message. Hello.
Yes.
Right, you'll verify the success message, or you'll verify something, you'll verify something else based on your requirement. For example, I'll say that in any e-commerce website, whenever you are checking out, you are just verifying the product details and other things, right? So that also you can do it after the login. If correct user is logged in or not, you'll verify the username, right? All these details you'll be verifying, and these all are the strings. So for the string comparison, you should be aware about all this matter. All right, fine. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is about the string comparison, right? This is how you can do string comparison, right? The other thing, other few other methods in string are like which you'll be using is that name dot, if you want to find substring, then you can use contains. So there are times where you may find that success message is too long, right? So what you will do, you'll just do the verification for some portion of that one, which is very much important. You take that portion and you can just verify that this success message has particular this substring or not. Like say I can do in the automation, auto is there or not, right? So you can do the, you can use contains, and this will return the substring. It returns either true or false. Okay, based on this you can do the assertion. One more method you will use, or you might use for string, is name dot. See, there are few other methods like ends with, starts with, that you can use as per your convenience. You need to check that my success message starts with this or ends with this, then you can do. Yes, concatenation, string concatenation means when you want to join two strings, at that time you can use concatenation, string concatenation, right? What it will do, name के पीछे ट्रेनिंग ऐड हो जाएगा, right? String concatenation. One more thing, there's one more thing related to string. Forgetting is that. Yes, important thing. Important thing is that in your automation, you'll use the locator XPath, right? And there might be a time where you need to generate the dynamic XPath based on the text. So for that, you should be aware, you should know that how you can use, how you can use include or include double quote, or how you can add some portion into the existing string, right? So let's say if I want to, let's say there's one more string, training name is equal to automation, and I want to add this training name into current on go on while training is you can use plus training name. Okay. Now, this is how you can add some keyword in the existing string. But yeah, it will be useful in generating the XPath, where you need to find some XPath using the text value of the web element, and that keeps on changing. Like for example, there is a table of students, and you need to find a particular XPath. Sorry, you need to find a particular student name from the record. Then you'll be creating the dynamic XPath, where you'll just give the input for the student name. You will not create the XPath. You will not create the 10 XPath for each student name available in the table. You will create a single XPath, and in that you will be just passing the student name. So, but yeah, we'll discuss about the same when we cover the XPath as well. So at that time, you will have the better idea of generating the dynamic XPath. But yeah, here what I was saying about, I want to add this in the code. Then how can I do it?
Sorry, didn't get you.
So what it will okay, let me just call this function. So here, this line, right? This line. Here, how automation is written. Straightforward, right? I want to write this automation inside the quotes. Like, copy this first. I want to write it this way. So how can I do it? When you want to do in that manner, just use this and this. Use the escape sequence, right? So now what it will do, it will write down this automation inside the quotes. Got it?
Yes.
Everyone? Yes? Clear?
Yes.
Now, important thing about string is that Java strings are immutable. Can anyone say what is the meaning of immutable? Immutable means that once we create a string, we cannot change the value. We cannot change the value of that string, right? There is a string. Yeah, it is a string. That's it. We cannot change it simply. To understand this more deeply, let's consider an example. We have this variable named, we have this variable, right? Name. Suppose we want to change the string. We want to change the string. It means like I will do the some addition to the string. I'll add few more words to this string. So to add this, I can write like name dot concat, right? Automation training. Here we are using concat method to add another string training to the previous string. There is no error over here, correct? Here it looks like that we are able to change the value of the previous string. However, what will happen actually? It will, sorry, JVM will first take the existing string automation, then it will create the new string by adding the automation training, and that it will assign to the new and then it will assign new string, which is automation training, to this variable. The first string, this hello, remains unchanged. Why it is remain unchanged? As I have said that this string variables are objects, right? So object का कोई value ऐसा कुछ change नहीं होता. For each object, the reference or the memory allocation remains same. For each newly created object, it has the different reference, right? In the class and object session, we have seen this, that for the same class, if we create the two objects, then it has the different reference and it has the different instance, right? If you remember.
Yes.
Right. So the importance of this concept is that most of the time what you will do, let's say what you will do, let's say whenever you are doing the string comparison, some do like this. If name is equal to, so sure that this will work using, so name equals automation. What it should do? Is it okay? What it will return? Equal. Hello.
I think
What it should return? True or false?
false, because we have name string variable name equals to automation. Same name equals to name dot concat. We have training, so
Okay, let's do
automation.
this. Let's do this now.
Now it will give true because it's not concatenating anything. So it will get automation only.
Okay. Archita, Ria.
Not sure.
Not sure. ऐसा कैसे चलेगा? Not sure. Okay, Archita. Archita, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm thinking.
You're thinking. Okay. So normally, let's say, normally for the comparison, we do this. We use this operator double equal to, right? What we have learned in the operators one. So for the string comparison as well, they should do. Nah? Yes or no?
I thought we are using like equal to compare instead of this.
Operator.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll use the equal to, but that is equal to is the separate method provided by string, right? In what it will do, it will just check the it will do the comparison of each character. But what will happen when we use double operator over here? What actually happen? Using equals to true. Had the value same, it has returned true.
Okay. So this will also return true, and even if we use equals, then also the value will be returned true. So it's same.
It's same. Yes, it's same. But sometime it is not returning the same thing. I'm just looking. I'm thinking that scenario that sometime it is not. Sometime it does not work. The reason for that is that. The reason for that is that because this is not reliable as well, because comparison of two objects here, the strings are two objects, is not reliable when you use the operators, because there is slightly change in this one will lead to a what it will do is that okay, let's do one more thing. String name2 is equal to automation, right? And let's do this. Name2. So again, it should return the same true as well.
But here we are comparing second variable with the
First
one,
variable, right?
But
yes,
as you said, it is comparing a character, so they will not get automation at part of that character. I think it
Why?
will take name value automation and try to locate the same one, because we have given name2. The automation will be compared with name2.
I'm not getting you.
I think when we are going with name equal to name2, even though it will give true.
But
see, focus on the word that string variables are objects. It means it will do the comparison of the references, not the value. It will do the comparison here. Two objects are here. The comparison of two objects are happening when we use the double equal, not the comparison of two strings.
Okay, so in this case, it's not, it is not going to give you the same result even though
It
value
will
is
give you,
same.
yeah, it will give you the result as false.
Yeah, correct. That's what I'm trying to say. It will compare objects, not the value.
Value, right? Not the value.
So
And
when we want to compare value, then we have to use equals method. Then we'll get reliable result.
Mhm,
Okay.
right. So here, uh, mainly you will use equals method or the compare to for the string comparison, not the double equal. Sometimes for the double equal, you may get the expected result, but sometimes you may not get the expected result. There are chances where you will not get the exact result. Let's say that here we have done like this, but let's see, new string. Okay, let me tell you one more difference about defining the strings as well, right? Name 3 is equal to new string training, string name 4 is equal to new string name. It's not. So for the first time we got true, for the second time we got false. Why?
Because we have declared the value, I mean, we have given the value differently.
How
Like
differently?
we have um
So here I have assigned the value using the equal operator, right? And here I have assigned the value using new string, right? So for the first part, like name is equal to name 2, we got the true, but name 3 is equal to name 4. Why? Ultimately, both of them store the same value, right?
But in like string 3, we create this new string
And string
uh,
4,
as kind of what object.
and what about the first two part, 29 and 30?
First, we are just directly assigning a value to a variable.
Okay, and that is also a string variable, right? So ultimately, it becomes the object.
Correct.
And in name 3 and 4,
Name 3 and 4, we create a variable and we are creating a new string value as part of object, right?
as the object we are using the new keyword, right?
Right. So by using new, that might be something which is not correct. I have no clear idea about this. I'm just giving a rough idea about my
Okay, but
understanding.
you are very clear to the actual one, right? What you are saying about something, let me tell you that something, right? So in Java, the JVM maintains some a string pool to store all of its strings inside the memory. So here when we have declared this automation, name is equal to automation, right? When here we have directly assigned, directly did the assignment. So here we have created the strings using literals. Literals means AUTO, the characters which we have used, right? So once it is created, what JVM will do, it will store inside the memory. So if so once this string is stored, then next time if the same string comes, then it will reuse that. It will reuse that. So it will not create a new string, or it will not create a new object for that one, right? It will reuse that. So that is the reason we got the true value for this comparison, because this automation string was already exist in the JVM. When we assign the same value to the another variable, it picked up from the string pool which was stored inside the memory. Next thing about name 3 and name 4, here we are creating the strings using the new keyword. So what it will do, it will not pick up from the memory, from the string pool. It will create the new string, even though this training string is already present inside the memory too. So that is the reason we got true for here and we got false over here. Clear? So whenever you are comparing the string, make sure that if the comparison you are doing is between the let's say, before doing the comparison, if your string assignment is done like this way or this way, right? If it is done this way, then you can do the comparison using equal. If it has been done like this way, then do the comparison using equals method. Okay,
Yes.
clear everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Fine. Now here we have one more method named I'll just tell you, like, if you want to these are the common methods. Like if you want to lower all the characters of a particular string, then use the to lowercase, or I'll just do like this, dot to lowercase, or you want to convert into uppercase, right? Then also you can do it. And there are many methods available for these things that you can use it as per your convenience. Okay? All right. Even if you want to replace the specific characters of a particular string, then also you can replace the character, right? It replace the old character with the new character. Okay, and yeah, this is about the strings. I hope no issues with the string. Hello.
Yes,
भले ही
understood.
एक variable है, but yeah, it was important to cover it, because most of the time we will be dealing with strings in our automation scripts, right?
Yeah.
Next thing is about the constructors. Yes, constructor. I think in the last session we have discussed something about constructor, right? Have we? Okay, before jumping on the constructor, we should cover one more important concept. That is about the access modifier. Sorry, yeah, access modifiers. Then we'll go for the constructors, right? What are the access modifiers? What are the access modifiers?
Public, private, protected.
No, I am नहीं, ऐसे नहीं, don't like that access modifiers. Definition क्या है?
Access modifier is something which help us to access a function or a particular variable, like within a package or outside the package, means outside the class as well. Or some are not accessible to outside the class. That is something called access specifiers.
Okay. Access modifiers are simply access modifiers are used to set the accessibility. Accessibility is equal to visibility of a class or a variable or a method or a constructor or the data members or the any getter setter methods, right? We will not talk about this thing, but yeah, access modifiers are used to set the visibility of class, variables and methods. That's it. An interface. Okay, we'll talk about the interface in the future sessions, future oops concept session. Okay, there are four types of access modifiers. Everyone knows.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
So please help me write it down.
Private, public.
Private, public, then
Default, protected.
default and protected. Nice. Chalo, बढ़िया है. What will happen when we have the private?
Which means we can use within a class. Only just within a class.
Private. Yeah. Using the sorry, can you please repeat?
We can use within the class only.
Within the class only. Private method. Yes, we can use this in the same class only. It means that we cannot access it outside the class. If I want to, I cannot use it. Right, let's create one more class. And the class. Am dot. These are the private variables, right? I have given the accessibility visibility to private, so I can access this private variables only inside this class. तो मैं इस मेथड में भी एक्सेस नहीं कर पा रहा. Why? Cannot make a static reference to the non-static. Okay. I can access the same inside the class. Whatever it is private, it is private. Let's just say we don't give access of our mobile to some other person. right? It is private to us. So same applies, same concept applies over here. Whatever the variables or whatever the data members, whether it's the variable or it's the method, it is the accessibility of the private members are limited to that class only. Next thing, public. No, public will discuss at the end. Public means it's accessible everywhere, everywhere, right? I don't think that for that I need to give the example. Default. Any idea for the default?
No.
No idea.
Within
Rachita,
class, within package.
within class, within package. What is within class, within package?
Means in this package, like access modifier, we can use default variable.
I think the name itself. So if we define, if we doesn't define anything, it takes default one. So we does not define anything for the default. It will treat as default modifier.
Yeah, it is treating as the default modifier, but where I can access this? When we are discussing about the access modifier, it means the accessibility, where I can access the default variables. Where? In the same class, but obviously in the same class we'll be able to access any type of variables or the methods, right? Let's say here we'll add one more method, void default access method. Default. Right? So whenever you have the default, whenever you have the accessibility set as default, it means that you can access it into the same class. You can access it, access those variable or method into the same package, subclass, and same package non-subclass. We haven't discussed about the subclass, but subclass is no. Let's not discuss about the same over here as well. For the subclass, you should be aware about the concept inheritance, right? But yeah, please please give me a reminder that we need to discuss about this access modifier for the subclass, for the subclass when we cover the inheritance, mostly in the next session, but to give you the basic idea, subclass is a class, subclass is like a child class, like this class is inheriting, or this class is inherited from some other class, that is called the subclass. We'll discuss about this later, don't worry about it. But yeah, any default variable can be accessed in the same package and non-subclass. It means that I have access modifier this one file Java. I have automation training.java as well, right? I do have that. So what I'll do, I'll import this com.java dot oops dot access modifiers. I have imported this class. So what I'll do, I'll just create this method, object of this one, new access modifiers, and I'll try to access default access method. I can access it, right? Why? Because there's two, access modifier.java and automation training.java. Both are in the same package. But if I access this, import com.java. Oops. And let's say access modifiers am is equal to new access modifiers, right? And then I just write am dot. I'm not getting any suggestions as well. See, I'm not able to access this default method in the hello world.java. Why? This is one class. This is a separate class which is in the different package. So default method can be accessed in the default method, or the default members of the variables are accessed inside the same class, same package, subclass, same package, non-subclass. That's it. All right, fine, clear.
Yes.
Different package subclass not accessible, different package non-subclass not accessible. Clear, fine. Next thing, even let's say that I will not be able to access this another class as well. Access modifier, try to do that. Access modifier dot. I'm not getting any suggestions, but in the automation running, if I want to access this, I should have on the class. No. Another class AC is equal to new another class, and here I'm not sure. See, here we are. I'm not able to even get this on the another class. Here the another class also has the visibility set to default. So it's not like that it is just limited to method or the variable. It applies to class as well. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I was able to create the object in the automation training because it was in the same package. I was not able to create the object in hello world.java because it is from the different one, different package. Next one is about the protected. Protected means
I think it's that this concept is depend on the inheritance,
yes, this concept
because
depends on the inheritance. Yes.
rest of the thing is similar to default, but we can use from other package when we use the inheritance like extend and
Excellent. Yes. If any class, or any subclass is inherited by one of the is inherited by a class of a different package, then it can access the variables. So let's just do it now. Let's say just hello world extends access modifiers, right? Then I will be able to access, let's say, protected method. Protected method name. Protected method. Then I'll be able to access that. Am dot, that is not.
do we need to save that?
We have saved that,
Okay.
right? We have saved that. And oops. It is extending this one. Public class access modifiers, right? Then I should be able to different package subclass. It should be able to access this one, but it is not allowing.
Uh, is it like we have to create an object of this class like hello world because we are trying to use it from hello world? Or that's not the problem?
There shouldn't be an issue with that, because either way we are creating the object, right, of this class. So that shouldn't be a problem, but yeah, let's try that as well. Hello world. Oops. So you are saying this one, right?
Yeah.
Still, we are not
Okay.
getting any suggestions. Well, ideally, we should be able to get the suggestion, because this is from the different. This is in the different package, right? Yes, it is in the different package. Wait, let's do this. No. Let's do simple thing. Protected method of class A, right? Fine. And where is our class B? I'll do import. Class B resides in the oops, right? com.java.oops, right? So here, let's make class B. Oops. Sorry, whenever it is extending, I made a mistake over here. Should not be like this. Right. I'll create the object of this class hw dot wait, wait. This class should not have the main method hw. I should be able to access this. Related class. Void main string args.
Uh, then we have not declared this object within the main method when we were trying in hello world. It was outside the main method.
Even I have written what I have done is that even I have removed this as well.
Okay.
Okay. Here we have done extends protected class A, right? Object B should be able to access. What was the method name? Method name, just method name, right? Method name. See here we are able to access that, right? What's the issue with the hello world? Class hello world extends access modifier. Okay, let's do this. Public static void main.
So we'll require main method, right?
It should not be necessary,
Okay.
right? It's not necessary that you'll need to have this only. Yeah, using the child class object, you can have this one. See, right now we are able to access this. What it is saying that protected method name identifier expected after this token. So this is the kind of syntax error. This has to be some inside some of the method. Void method. This, right? It's not like that you have to do this inside. Object
Main
creation.
method.
Object creation you can do at this class level, right? But accessing these variables, accessing the methods, or that you should do ideally and the inside the any of the method, right?
Okay.
Because those methods or the variables are already initialized, right? And you don't directly access into some other class. So here we were getting it, right? But we were unable to find it, protected method name. So protected methods are accessed. Protected methods are accessed outside the object, outside the package,
With the help of
inheritance. With the help of inheritance, protected methods, right? And here I'll share that we have the default method as well, right? But we will not be able to access the default method, right? We are not getting the getting this default accessibility method outside the package. Even we have added the inheritance. All right. So the data members, class or methods which are declared using the protected one are accessible within the same package or subclasses in the different package as well, right? If I do not have used the inheritance, then I will not be able to access it. The protected methods, right? Same as the default one. Okay. And the last one is the public. Public means no accessibility. Sorry, no accessibility. No. It is accessible everywhere inside the project. Sorry, my bad. Okay, you don't have to just rely it. Public access modifier has the widest scope among all the other access modifier. Class, methods, or data members which are declared as public are accessible from everywhere in the program or everywhere in the project, right? There's no restriction on the scope of public data members, correct? So important points for the access modifiers are like if the other programs use your class of the same package then try to give the accessibility to default, right? If you want to use this in the if you want to use this use the some of the method outside the package, right, and that class is inherited, then you can then use protected. If your variables or the methods are going to be used inside the same class, then use the private only. So it is good to use the access modifier in your throughout your project. Avoid public fields. You avoid using public except for the constants. Mainly, you will be using this access modifier in the page object model, like where you are declaring the page objects, like page objects, or where you are declaring the locators. So you'll be using the locators in the same page object file. So that has to be private. You do not declare or do not mark that as the public one. Methods can be public or the protected, but do not mark it as the do not make it public. All right. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So clear about the access modifier as well.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Again, we are behind. our schedule. What should we do for the constructors?
I think we should do it next time because today we understood too many things regarding that.
Okay,
Like,
I have no problem in I have no problem with that as well. It's good to go it's good to go with the slow and steady pace, right?
Yes.
So that everything is clear. All right. Yeah, I have no problem if it takes for one more month, right?
mhm.
For the February month as well.
Yeah.
Right. I hope
Neeraj, I
same.
have just one question. So
Yes, please say.
as we have import this com.java.oops, it is our package name, right?
Right.
Rat.
Yes.
So even though I have public variables, right? And
Hmm.
I want to access something from different class, I should import to other files
Yes,
as well.
yes. You should always import the uh, package. But if you want to access the specific class only, then you specify the name of that one. So it will not import other classes as well. Mainly, whenever you are importing, uh, make sure you are importing the required things only. Right, you do not include everything from that package, because what will happen, whenever you are executing your program, first it will check that how many files I need to import, right? So it will import that one, and then again it will check it will do the verification, like the not the verification, it will compile all those classes as well, and it will take time and consume some memories as well, right? Because when those classes are compiled, obviously it has some variables or something is declared. For that, memories needs to be allocated, right? So that memory will be consumed in that as well. So whenever you
Okay.
are importing something, make sure you are just importing the required classes only, right?
So, okay, out of the course, one question. If I have created one class for my driver object, okay,
Hmm.
I should import only that class file to other files to import that particular driver object.
Yes, you should do that only. Or what you can do, you can just do the extend. You can use like the inheritance. So yeah, that will do. Or importing is just like you are fetching something from the box, right?
So, as a framework level, it will work.
Yeah, it will work. There shouldn't be any issue with that one.
Okay, so my doubt was this only. Let me try it tomorrow. I will get back to you on this if it doesn't.
All right. See, if you are getting an error, and if you can ping me during the daytime as well, right? If I'm free, then we can have a call on Skype for that part as well, right?
Okay,
If you want.
okay.
Huh?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question regarding an assignment one. I didn't
Mhm.
understand the first question. I mean, what I supposed to do. I'm not clear with the first
Should I
assignment.
should I open
Assignment first point.
open it? Should I open
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Let me. Mm, Assignment one, right? I hope you can see my
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
why it is not opening. Okay, let me do first. Let me stop the recording, right? Because it's not required for this part.